Hello, dear Pisces. How are you? Welcome. I hope you are doing very, very well. Let's see what your energy is like right now. So you can use it to your advantage and see a situation from a new point of view. This is a general reading. Take what resonates with you and don't discard the message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, ascendant, moon, or Venus in the sign of Pisces. Pisces. You can complement your readings from your different signs to have a much more personalized horoscope. All right, let's channel a message for the sign Pisces. Pisces, let's see. This starts with the 7. For cups, we have the 10. For clubs, we have the sun. Here we have the 9 of cups, the 5 of clubs, the Knight of cups, the King of coins, not pentacles, the Magician, and the 5 of coins. The bottom card of the deck is the 9 of coins. All right, Pisces. The number 1 catches my attention because on one hand, I see several cards that speak to me a bit about tiredness, about doubts, right? Also about internal conflicts. But on the other hand, there are also energies with enormous potential, with success, with manifestation, with prosperity, right? So the feeling I have, Pisces, right now is that you're going through what would be like a turning point. This is where you're going to have to choose between what you keep carrying. I mean, the burdens that no longer belong to you at this moment, or moving forward toward a much brighter and much more abundant stage. Let's start analyzing, of course, the bottom card of the deck, right? It's telling us a lot. Why? It's currently discussing independence with you, about personal achievement, about abundance, about reward. It rewards you for efforts you've made in your past. And of course, it's also talking about all your self-esteem and your self-worth right now. So it seems to me that what the universe is kind of telling you through this energy, this card, is that it's trying to lead you toward a place of more autonomy and of valuing yourself. That's why I often discuss self-esteem issues. It's like, I'm telling you, Pisces, that you already have more than you think, but it's time for you to start recognizing your worth. Okay. It could also be that it's representing something on an economic or financial level that's going to start becoming visible, that's going to start materializing. Okay? From those efforts you've made in your past. Now let's analyze what the first line, right? Come on, let's go this way. I feel like here it's talking a bit about the transition you're going through, Pisces, right? Why? Because you start with an energy where you have a lot of options right now, right? And sometimes when there are either a lot of dreams or a lot of illusions or a lot of desires, there can be many alternatives or a lot of fantasies, that too. But when there's so much, there's confusion, and this overwhelms you emotionally. So it could be that you're going through a time when your imagination is very active, but the direction remains unclear. So it's like you're asking yourself right now, which path should you follow? Which project should you prioritize? Which option? No, what's the right decision you need to make?
Now,
This is where the burden shows up. Because I feel like you're carrying a lot of responsibilities right now. And this makes you feel exhausted. It's like you get overwhelmed. You push yourself too hard. You take responsibility. Sorry, you take responsibility for everything. And it's kind of telling me that you're taking on more burdens than you need to at this moment. Now, here comes the reward. Why? Because clarity is coming. This is recognition. This is joy. This is success. It's vitality. So notice what this sequence of energies is telling us, because it's talking to us about confusion, about overload, and about clarity. It's as if right now you're realizing what's weighing on you at this moment, that what weighs on you confuses you. So what it seems to me is that you're coming out of a stage where everything felt more complicated than it was. The energies are helping you to clear your mind. And I feel that the resolution of situations that seemed quite complex is going to come. But now what you are going to be understanding at this moment. Yes, let's now analyze this second line. This second line also seems very interesting to me because it touches a lot on the emotional side, especially the topic of desires, what you wish for. You start with an energy that really speaks to us about fulfilled desires, right? About emotional achievements, about pleasure, about gratitude, right? Above all, about satisfaction. So there's an energy available to you so that you can enjoy what you've achieved, right? What you're achieving. But in the middle, the conflict appears here. And this can sometimes represent competition, tensions. There are conflicting options involving other people, or sometimes they can be inner struggles within yourself, right? So what it seems to me is that these are more internal conflicts than with other people. It's like one part of you wants to move forward and another part still has doubts. And that's when the conflict appears, right? But here we have, of course, an energy that's very much in line with your sign. It's very Piscean, very Piscean. To finish this row, what is inspiration? It's sensitivity. It can be some emotional movement. It can also be suggestions, romance. So it seems to me that this energy is telling you that news might be coming, invitations, or even situations that start to stir up your emotions. So what's happening in this line? I feel that what you have wished for, what you have longed for, is closer to coming true than you thought. But don't lose that hope. But first, it's going to be necessary for you to resolve these internal contradictions so that this desire can manifest. If we go to the end of the reading, there's a very profound message here. Why? Because I feel that in the end, that's where the real challenge is revealed. You're starting with great energy, especially on a material level, right? Which could be telling us about success, prosperity, security, and stability in your life. And it's a very powerful energy right now for you in economic and work-related matters. I mean, there's a real opportunity, right? For economic growth, the potential is real. You have the energy to manifest here because this is the power to manifest. I feel like you have the resources right now. You have the initiative, you have the intelligence, you have the ability, the talent. So I feel like this energy is telling you, Pisces, you have the necessary tools to create this great financial stability. But the wound appears here at the end of the reading, right? That's why we said this was the challenge. Because there's that feeling of scarcity here, that fear of loss, that insecurity, or maybe also that feeling of rejection. What if my proposal, my creation is rejected by others? But what's going on? The problem isn't that there's actually a real lack of resources here. The problem is the fear that they might run out. It's like there's a big difference, right? There's an important internal fear that we need to overcome right now. Notice that we've talked a lot, Pisces, about how you're at a moment where you have to face something on an internal level. Now, things that catch my attention: you have a lot of manifestation energy, a lot of creativity, confidence, and also new beginnings. So I feel like that's the clear sign for you to be able to transform your current reality. There's a strong presence of abundance in your reading, especially financial abundance. So I think that right now the energy is available for you to achieve something concrete. Okay, for you to achieve something concrete. Now what happens? Yes, we also have energies of change processes. I think you're experiencing a significant, especially internal transformation, right? It has to do with reorganizing yourself, with resolving those internal conflicts, leaving behind fears and insecurities, letting go of overwhelm. Okay, you have more positive cards than negative ones. Okay, so it seems to me, Pisces, that you're entering a stage where you'll be able to regain that personal power you thought you had lost. Also, the clarity and confidence in yourself. Abundance is very present, but you need to stop carrying responsibilities that no longer belong to you. And don't look at the future from a place of scarcity. Look at it with abundance. So I think that right now you have more resources, more ability, and more possibilities than you think. The only challenge here is to allow yourself to believe that, right? What you truly deserve. What value are you giving yourself right now? Okay. So I feel that you'll be able to find it here, okay? And that opportunity for recognition, for reconciliation. And it's going to be bigger than you thought at this moment. So go ahead, Pisces. Pisces is here. It's all in our mind. Unconscious patterns too, right? They could be Pisces. Let's see what we have in the oracle. Let's move on to your guidance or message. Do you have 444? What does it tell you? 444, trust in your path. Trust in the way your life unfolds. And trust that you are where you need to be in the present moment. And the affirmation she leaves you with is, I am protected. I am protected. Dear Pisces, this is what we have seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day. And we'll see you here next time. Thank you.